Just Life Solutions. So I made a statement one other time about if you just think about if your dreams and your goals is to become a rapper. I'm gonna say a rapper because that I know that I think it's only two, from my knowledge, it's two people that says that they not they said, but I know that son, one of my cousin's sons is a rapper. I don't know their names because I don't listen to the music. I know one of their sons is a rapper, and her name is Doris. Her son is a rapper. Um, then you have my brother son is a rapper. So just think of just sitting here thinking about, just to get, like how people can bribe you to get in the rap game. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just bribe you or just say that they, just the influence of the money pour. Just think about if one of those guys, them particular guys, done met that man that's with power, right? Think about it. They influence where he influenced them to come on in to, sign a record deal with my labor or whatever. Think about it. So if somebody from Dallas gets in the game of the man with power that's in court right now, how would that look if he in trouble and you on his label, or if you doing something with him? What would that look like? Or could that be? So that's why I say this why I say today, watch who you do things with. Because a person can influence you and tell you that, oh, I got you. I got you. I'm going to get you in this. I'm going to get you in this game and this and that. But then when they done using you, they through with you. Just because a person, oh, whoa. But what I want to talk about is on the desk and I'm not getting up. But what we're going to talk about today, it's on my desk already. But you can't just, oh, and I want to talk about it real bad. But we're going to talk about it later on. And but my thing is, sometimes in life, you have to go your own path. You have to go your own path. Meaning, what Coach Kizzy mean about own path? That means get in there for your hard work. Show people who you really are instead of trying to get it easy. Getting it easy can means you can fall in a trap. You can fall in a trap very easy, but it's always something that's attached to that and something that you can't get out of. So think about it today. Think about what you do in life. Because if you want something really bad, you'll work for it. You will show people who you are and not just Oh, I know how to rap, so I'm just gonna get in the game. So I'm just gonna just try to find the easy way out. Don't you know some of the rappers, the best rappers it is that's still here? They worked hard to get to where they was. They successful in being what they created is because they worked hard for it. It just wasn't handed to them on a plate. And that's what this generation of the generation of minds, they think that I can just do it. I can do it the easy way. But sometimes it's best to work hard for what you want instead of trying to get it the easy way. The easy way might be the wrong way. So always remember, work hard for what you want. Let your dreams play out. Let your dreams play out. When I say let your dreams play out, that means create, create, steady put out, and let the world judge on if you're talented enough. Because a lot of people have in their mind, well, I rap, but I don't have that much talent, so I need a boost. That boost might change your life for the good, you think, but end up in a worse spot. Because it only take just a little push that you think that you need, oh, I need to push, I need to, try to get on this internet, do this, and then if I'm gonna hit which call it up online, and if I hit this person up online, then I'm be seen through your hard work. Everybody wants something just to fall. They want the apple just to fall off the tree and land in their lap. That ain't how it works. Well, not in my knowledge, because I have something totally different. I don't. I like to be. I like to be the person of don't have anything, homeless, dead broke, but I like to work hard for it to show this is the strategy that I got to where I need to be. That's the mindset you need to have. The mindset that you need to have is I'm gonna work on I'm gonna work on me. I'm gonna work on me, but I don't wanna get it the easy way. If you get it the easy way, then it's gonna be hard coming out. For real. And some part of that easy way is down the line is gonna be some kind of failure that you fall into. Cause you're gonna start trying to be like somebody else and not your authentic self. Then people gonna say then when you get in the studio with the wrong people, they're gonna try to change who you are as a person. Well, now you need to do it like this, you need to do it like that. But that's not you. You want to do it in a way that you know how, not what somebody else wants you to do. And let me get my paper. Hold, please. Oh my God. And I'm gonna what? My camera messed up. I'm just gonna go on this one because I moved and I don't want that. But anyway, if you can't see me, you can hear me. There I go. Take this old regular camera out. Okay, so what do Coach Kizzy mean about the easy way? Let me tell you about the easy way. So sometimes when you're not your authentic self and you go into a situation and you really don't know what you're doing, you know what that is? You let the blind lead the blind. The blind lead the blind. This phrase often used to be cautious against the following those who lack knowledge or insights, carrying a powerful message about guidance. Ask God for your guidance and the leadership and the importance of your discernment. You have to use your discernment, okay? On certain situations. Well, every situation you got to use your discernment. Like if it's a choice that you need to make, use your discernment. In life, we often encounter situations where we may be tempted to follow others without questioning their wisdom or experiences. That's just like now. The blind is leading the blind. When the blind lead the blind, we risk wandering aimlessly uh, um, into a pitfall of missing opportunities for growth for yourself. Because like the storm that I'm in, it's some blind person that's leading a blind. They all blind. It highlights the necessary of seeking guidance from those who have vision, understanding, and clarity. Leadership is not just about authority. It is about the vision. True leaders processes the ability to see beyond immediately circumstances, guiding others with insight and purpose. You understand what I'm saying? So the leader in the group that I'm in, he leading everybody to the he's blind leading the blind, and so you're falling in the traps of the blind because you don't have faith in what your situation is. So you let the blind lead the blind. When we choose our leaders wisely, rather than in a personal relationship, our communities or careers, we empowered ourselves to navigate the complexes of life more respectfully. You know. Furthermore, this saying serves a reminder for us to cultivate our own vision. Our own vision. When we fall in purpose, we want to cultivate our own vision because when you pick this leader and they falling down, they in the pit. They done dug a pit up for them to fall into, a trap, right? So you're falling behind the blind. The blind is leading the blind. Before you can before we can lead others, we must first seek the understand ourselves. We must understand ourselves, because if we don't understand ourselves, then how can we lead somebody else? The blind is leading the blind. I don't like to follow behind. You should be an individual that want to be a leader, follow in your own footsteps of your own vision. This involves self reflection, continuously learning, and being open to new perspective. By developing our own insight, we can better discern who to follow and who to lead. Do you understand that? This includes this inclusion lets us be mindful to those we choose to follow and thrive to be leaders who provide clarity and direction. You don't want no leader. You don't want to follow behind a leader that's putting you in a pitfall. Remember, it's essential to seek wisdom and understanding before talking to take before taking the next step. Together, let's ensure that we are not just following blindly, but moving forward with purpose and vision. You don't want nobody that's already. I'm gonna tell you, just a leader, basically already just dug a pit for himself or made his own bed. When a person have made their own bed, listen, I made this bed. I made this bed. And when I fell into this bed last night, when I went to sleep, I made it. I laid in it. If somebody done already made their bed, I don't care how much money you got. I don't care about none of that. But if somebody done made their own bed and they fell into their bed, you want that person to lead you? I'm not saying you got to follow behind me. You don't got to follow behind me. But I'm just saying, basically, let the blind lead the blind. Let the blind lead the blind. So your choice. It's everybody has a choice in this life. Everybody has a choice in this life. And so I'll tell you today, and just within my storm today, I'll tell you, I tell you this. So if the blind leading the blind, where you at? Where you at? Tell me where you at. Tell me where you at in life. So since the blind is leading the blind, answer my question. Where are you at today? You at the red light, you stuck, right? You at the red light, you stuck. Because you letting the blind lead you. You have to have your own vision. You have to have your own, you have to create your own purpose. We have purpose. We already know. That's why you got to, when you create your own purpose, that means unlocking the purpose that God has for you. Because a lot of times we don't know what's our purpose. What is our purpose? What is this? But you have to unlock that purpose. You have to unlock it first with your mindset. If every day that you focus on some negativity in your life, how you gonna find your purpose? If you let the blind lead you, we got 24 hours in a day. What are the 24 hours are you fixing on self? You at the drug house? Where are you? The liquor store? Is that fixing yourself? You want to go get booty? Is that fixing yourself? That's a desire that's in your head that's saying, I want to go get booty. I want to go get this drug. I want to go get this alcohol. Is that fixing yourself? It's not. It starts from self, the individual that you are. It don't start from the blind, because the blind can't see. They can't even fix their own. They can't even fix their own. They can't even make their own bed up. Well, remake their bed up. Say that. They can't remake their bed. because they don't know how to remake their bed. Wonder why how they don't know how to remake their bed? Because they don't want to acknowledge what got them to make that to lay in that bed in the first place. They don't want to acknowledge that. Once you start acknowledging, how did I end up in this place? How did I end up in this place? That's that comes that's you acknowledging the problem, but it's always a solution for that problem. You got to ask yourself, how did I end up in this place? Do I want to be in this place forever? Do I want to be at the red light stuck in park? Because that's what you are. You're stuck at the red light. You're stuck at the red light, but you don't want to put your car in drive. You don't want to put your car in drive because you don't want to fix on yourself. You're stuck at the red light. The light done turned green 12 times. And that was warning before destruction. When God gives you warning, just say you at the red light. You at the red light, but your car parked. Your car parked. This is your mistake that you're making. Because you're trying to drive with your car in park. Okay? You're trying to drive with your car in park. But you know you can't drive with your car in park. And these lights are steady coming. These lights are steady turning green. But you're trying to think in your mind why I'm not going. Why I'm not going. Because you're not changing something. You're not changing something about yourself. What are you not changing? You're not changing that gear, putting that drive and thinking in your mind that is something that God is really trying to warn me on something because these lights are steady turning green, but I can't go. I can't go. I'm stuck. But your mind got you thinking that how do I take it out of how do I take it out of this? If you use your hand and put it in drive, these warnings that God is giving you, these warnings that God is giving you, you can drive. You can take heed to that. You can take heed to that because you've seen this thing steady going. But if you put it in drive, you can go forward. You can go forward in life. You can go forward in life if you put it in drive because you don't want to sit there and wait on destruction. Because if you sit there and wait on destruction, let me tell you, if you sit there and wait on destruction, that means an 18 wheeler might slide into you. A car might hit you from behind. But you're sitting there waiting on destruction. You don't take heed to these green lights that God is giving you to go forward. Because your mindset is stuck in part. Your mindset is stuck in part. You don't know, you acting like you don't know how to take heed. Taking heed is putting your car in drive. Putting your car in drive. And you'll smoothly roll off. But a lot of people sit there and wait. Lights is turning from red, yellow, green. Red, green. You're not asleep. You're not asleep. You up. You wide awoke. You're wide awoke. But you see these lights. These are warning signs. When that turns to green, that means you can go. There at the warnings, at this red, with this warning that God is sending warning signs to your life. And that's red, yellow, green. Warning signs. Not because you want the blind to lead the blind. You want to follow behind the blind. I pause. So So you can't, so the blind is leading the blind. So you want to follow behind the blind. Because there's something inside of this blind spot that's making you saying, oh, if I follow behind a blind, it's something easy that I'm a gain out of this. Money? You gonna gain money? You gonna gain money when you can actually have a vision for yourself and have more than that money, have more money than what that blind person is leading you. Hmm. And now the blind person got you at a red light, stuck, because you don't want to change something about yourself. Hmm. You stuck. Uh-huh. And it's traffic. It's traffic because it's the whole city that's stuck in traffic. It's the whole city that's stuck in traffic. They stuck at the red light. But it's warning signs all around you. You see, some cars are going, but it's quite a few cars that's not going. These quite a few cars that's going, they said, I'm not letting the blind lead me. I have my own vision. I have my own goal. So when you get ready to change your mindset, when you get ready to change your mindset, you will say, you know what? It is time for me to start working on self. It's time for me to start working on self. Because if I don't work on self, then I'm gonna be stuck at this red light. And that's for all everybody in Dallas right now. They stuck at a red light. They stuck at a red light and don't want to work on self. Y'all got about 80,000 people. And y'all all were stuck at a red light. Just stuck. And I'm not saying that you're high. I'm not saying that you're high because you know a lot of people fall asleep when they high and they just be stuck at the red light. Stuck at the You're not high. You just don't know where life's taking you. You scared of the real life. You scared of the real life. When you start acknowledging that I need to really get into this real life thing. I don't need an easy way out of life. I was always told that fast life leads you in an early grave. Fast life. But right now you ain't in a fast life. You ain't in a fast life. You at a red light. You at a red light. Once you start realizing that I have to go my own way. I have to go my own path in life. Either if and I had to go with that and I have to be unapologetic because you have to decide for yourself that I don't need to work on myself and I don't need to apologize to nobody from working on myself. You have to get in the mind frame of that. You have to start thinking in that matter. That if I'm working on myself, I'm not supposed to. Who am I supposed to apologize to? Who am I supposed to apologize to? I ain't kicked nobody but, so I don't have to be. I don't have to apologize to them. I'm unapologetic by working on self, and that's the mind frame that you need to be in. If you can't start being in that mind frame, changing that mindset like that, you would always be stuck at that red light. You will always be stuck at that red light, just there. don't know what to do. But it takes you to make the next step in your life. It takes you. I'm making moves. Because if you don't like it, my mama, my brother, my sister, my cousin, my uncle, my whoever don't like it. I gotta make moves for myself. And that's how everybody should be. They want to make moves for themselves. But everybody wants the easy way out. Everybody fighting for what? This little, probably what, a little $1 million or something. And they still broke. Because all y'all stuck at the red light. Everybody fighting over this one little piece of money that's Satan trying to hand you. And y'all all stuck at the red light. Satan steady trying to trap you into his schemes because you after money. When you accepted the money the first time, you sold your soul to the devil. When you accepted the money the first time, you sold your soul. I don't care how much money it was. Whatever it was, you sold your soul to the devil. Don't think that all money is good money. Satan hands out money also. So you already sold your soul to the devil. So now you're working on the other part of the money. But you're stuck. You're stuck. I don't know. I don't know what kind of game y'all think this is. I know it's money on the table. That's why people do what they do. It's money on the table. I don't know how much money it is. I think it's like a million, probably 2 million. I know it's like a million some. Yeah, they working hard to have the best life they can have. But you're stuck, and it's not gonna never happen for you. Never. And I mean that through the bottom to the from the bottom of my heart. It's not gonna never happen for you. Okay. So once you decide that I'm gonna work on myself and self only, and not worry about nobody else, you wouldn't be stuck at the red light. Cause just because money up on me, it ain't gonna never happen. It's not gonna never happen. I just tell you straight up, it's not gonna never happen.